You recently tweeted it that it seems like the ones who over strategize everything end up not really doing anything, and the ones going with the flow and not overthinking it are actually seeing examples. You make drum kits, you make beats, you run a mentorship program, you developed a course, you stream, you have a podcast, you were running an auction site, you're marketing yourself, you have a peer, you've toured, you have NFTs, you have your own cryptocurrency. How do you structure all of that? Do you ever feel spread too thinly, especially if you're just kind of going with the flow and not necessarily overthinking it all? How does that work out in day-to-day life for you?
Man, when you say all those things in one sentence, it makes me shiver a little bit because I'm like what am I? I'm crazy. What am I thinking? Like how am I? I don't know, man. I honestly don't know the answer. I tend to jump into things that feel good. I jump into things that feel fun. If I feel physically and mentally overwhelmed or exhausted, I tend to pull away. So I think for me, at least what works for me is I tend to take action as quickly as possible on things that feel very exciting because I know that, it's a 72-hour rule, right? So what Drake talks about. This is a different version of what Drake was talking about. The 72-hour rule basically is if you're excited to do something right now and you don't take action, 24 hours later, you're not going to feel as, you'll still be, but you're going to kind of forget about it a little bit. You're not going to be as excited. 48 hours later, you're going to be even less excited about it. 72 hours later, you're going to completely forget about it, right? So I am sort of the type of person to take immediate action on things that feel great. Let's put a cryptocurrency together. Fuck, let's go. Let's put together AI loops, call them swirl loops, and start pushing the button on that. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's start now. Put out a sample pack, Alorium, NFT. Fuck, that sounds crazy. How do we fucking finish this in the next, 3 hours? So that's the I am. So that's helped me to be able to execute all the things that I'm able to execute. Now, not everything works. None of it's flawless. I think I'm things that feel good, feel right, trying them. Not everything's going to work. Some things will work, some things won't. The things that do work, you keep putting energy into. The things that don't feel good anymore or just don't seem to work or just feel more stressful, I tend to pull out of more. And kind of where I am right now is sort of the result of it all, right? So I think it's a delicate balance. I think everyone functions differently. Obviously, I have a baby now, so I don't have the same luxuries I did of just like, hey, I'm going to LA or hey, I'm going to see Pain One for a week. Like, I can't necessarily do that without having to pre-plan a lot. But outside of that, I think, approaching things in that way